Hey everyone, it's Amador, and today, welcome to my first video for the Disney Days of Summer collab with the amazing Sabrina here on YouTube. And of course, I will leave a link to the initial video where we're talking about what we're doing, and also every day we will be, every time we will be posting, I will be posting on Mondays. It will be Magic Mondays, and Sabrina will be doing Phantasmic Fridays. You can see a little sneak peek of my project right here. Today, I want to show you guys. Let me show you. This is one of these amazing jars that Sabrina made for me. She was sweet, my little crafty BFF. She made one for herself, and she was kind enough to make one for me. It's got the little Mickey, and it has the vinyl with Churro font. She's been bold enough to try vinyl. I'm still afraid. And it looks amazing. And it is empty because, well, I used all of my Disney money to buy that Coach Disney purse that I got. The Disney backpack purse, whatever the hell you want to call it. So here we go. You can tell this was the inspiration for my project. I'm trying to position it here for what I made. I wanted to make a mini version for my sequences. Actually, sequences. I don't know, I think it's funny as hell when people say it like all kinds of ways. But some of these are actually going to be gifts, and some of these I'm going to go ahead and put in my Etsy shop. But let me show you what we started with. I also recorded most of the process of making this, so stay tuned. You will see the entire process from painting to the sequins to throwing it in there to everything. But let me show you my first one, and I am the proudest one of this. Now, these are actually, these are ball mason jars, or the mini ones. They're the 4-ounce ones. This is what I chose to do, and the only difficult thing was finding the icons that would fit perfectly, and these are all metal. These are actually Disneyland Monopoly pieces that I was able to find on eBay, so I saw those, snagged them up, because I've been looking for different things that I can use in this situation, and these were the ones that would fit perfectly, and look how awesome they worked. I just E6000 them on here, and went ahead and added the gold spray painted, and I show my process on how I spray painted the items to make sure they didn't have any slimy things, any sliding, anything. Super awesome. And this is a sequin mix that I made myself. It has iridescent white, red, black, some magnificent silver and gold stars, and then some mini silver stars, along with some iridescent hexagon glitter, as you can see right here. This label is one that I made myself as well on my Cameo. I use the Deutschland font. It's one that you get through Silhouette Cameo, and it is this Disneyland font that you can use, which I actually intend to use to make a Disneyland sign for another project that I'm working on. So that is the one that I use for that. This is the Tinkerbell. I got many of them. Now, FYI, when you do look for these on eBay, make sure that you are looking for a set, because I actually was lucky enough to find a set instead of one. They sell them individually, and those were not price effective. So, but that is the one, and you can see the sequins. Now, initially I was going to do sequins for the Tinkerbell, for Snow White, and all of them in the coordinating colors. Like Snow White was going to be yellow, blues, and whites, and Tinkerbell was going to be like a green and a yellow and white. But then I realized that most of these collections, most of the Disney collections out there, are mainly in these colors. So I wanted Sabrina to have sequins that she can use for all of those colors, because she has the Say Cheese 1 and 2 collections. I have the Magical Kingdom one, and there are so many others, and they're all basically surrounding these, around these colors, so this way she is able to use them for her actual projects in the future coming up. That's why I wanted this to be my first project, so I could get these to her ASAP, so she can use the sequins. So that is the first one here. I'm going to put it right there next to the serious one. I went ahead and did a Dumbo one. Here is Dumbo. Look at. I absolutely love it. Luckily, I was able to have the set that I bought had 2 Dumbos, so I'm going to put one of the Dumbos, and it'll look like this on my Etsy shop. Once again, here is the sequins right there. There is, let me see. Oh, there's the Peter Pan. I didn't put the label on. Silly goose. I have to put the label on this one. But this is the Peter Pan. And they're metal. They're pewter metal, so they will last, and they're super awesome. I'm absolutely delighted and absolutely love it. That's the Peter Pan one. So here, you know what? We'll just go ahead and put the label on here at this moment. How embarrassing. I thought I had them already processed, and I was absolutely wrong. So, but you will see the entire process, and I will show how I actually made all of my labels. for this project. Finito Benito. Look at that. Super cute. Okay, so I did buy 2 sets, actually. The second set of icons that I bought were these, and these are a lot smaller, as you can see here. These are a lot smaller, and these included a Donald, Mickey, and a Minnie. So heads up and look out when you are, if you are going to be looking for these items, know that these are much, much smaller. Let me see, the tallest one I think is Minnie. I can tell you how tall it is. This one is about 1 1/8 inches, and generally these, the Peter Pan is 1.5. These are 1.5 inches, so, and that's why I wanted smaller jars for them to coincide. So here's one, this one I made. This one is Mickey Mouse. This is Donald Duck. And I was initially going to paint them in different colors, but I thought that the gold would really lend itself to having this type of typical color Disneyland things in sequins in my jars. So just an FYI, these are going to go on sale on my Etsy shop, these little 3. So a lot of these projects that I make, I'm going to make some for Sabrina, some for myself, and I'm going to also have some in my Etsy shop. So please look out for those. But this one, I'm going to tell you right now, the Tinkerbell, I bought this entire set just for the Tinkerbell so I can make that one for Sabrina. But let me show you the other ones. Here is the Lady and the Tramp. Here is the Snow White, and there's sequins all over, look at that, the glitter everywhere. Here's the other Dumbo. Oh, and the other one, and here is the only one I made in a separate color is this one. This is the Blue Fairy Magic, and because the only reason I made this one a different one was because this is Pinocchio. How freaking cute! And of course, Pinocchio has to have the Blue Fairy Magic. I mean, come on, who did not believe in the Blue Fairy after watching Pinocchio? So sorry, I'm Mexican, so in Spanish it's Pinocho, and in English it's Pinocchio. So it's like I always throw myself off. But this, and I used the same font, and all I did was just crop the font over a glitter print, because I was not about to sit here and play with vinyl this small. And this one is the Blue Fairy Magic. But look at that. And I used several sequins. There's stars, there's glitter, there's the hexagon glitter, several different shades of blue. I literally went into my sequin pile, took every shade of blue, and just combined it to make this, because I felt like it just looks magical. Look at it. Super, super cute. So that is my project. These, oh, and by the way, that one is for Sabrina. This is my first project for Magic Monday for the Disney Days of Summer. This collab is with Sabrina. You guys have to check her out. Her first project is a travel journal. Traveler's journal is super, super awesome. She's sweet enough to make me one. So yes, but like I said, some of these projects I do plan to put on my Etsy shop, and some of them are for my Crafty BFF Sabrina, and some of them are just because I love Disney. Like you guys, I have a list of things. So, and I did see the suggestions that people put on my first video. So if you guys have any other suggestions or any other requests, please put them in the comments of what characters you would like me to use. So thank you guys for stopping by. Really, really appreciate it. Stick around right now for the tutorial. It'll be sped up because it was a long process of painting everything, and I do take long to paint my lids and stuff like that because I want them to be perfect. I don't want them to have like overdone or whatever. So yeah, so stick around for that. Thank you guys for stopping by, and I will talk to you guys soon. Thank you for stopping by for the Disney Days of Summer, and today's Magic Monday. Bye, everyone. Here I am. I'm starting to prepare my surface. Now, I did this in my backyard on a folding table. What I do is I take these large boxes from the post office, and they have adhesive on one end. I just open them up, place them the inside out on the bottom with the adhesive keeping it safe and sound because it was rather windy. Here I'm just taking the lids off of the jars, and like I said, and this is the metallic Rust-Oleum gold paint that I use. Now here I'm actually putting a cellophane bag over my phone to make sure that it doesn't get paint on it. Of course, you have to make sure you shake the can to an inch of its life. Now, I put the boxes on flat on the table, and I have them on the lids on one of the boxes, which I rotate. The reason why I rotate is that way I have a better view of everything and I get to see everything. And if I'm doing it on the level of the table, I can see on the side. See right here, I lowered it down. I go on the side to make sure that the bottom parts have been also covered with paint. Here's my first run of the labels, and that is the font that I use, Deutschland. I'm showing you the labels here, but when I tried on the first one, I have to fix the actual lining of my cuts, and it wasn't working. So I went ahead and did it again. Here I'm using the masking tape, not the masking tape, excuse me, the packing tape to go around the labels to go on the actual jars. And I just used, like I showed you, the office supply store shipping labels, and they work perfectly, and the adhesive is really, really good. Now on these, I was doing the outline. I was cutting out the outline because it wasn't cutting correctly. I got mad and I redid the entire thing. I just went ahead and I printed them again with a larger square around it. But I wanted to use the first one and get it done because it wasn't that bad. Here I'm showing you the jars. Like I said, the mason jars are the ball mason jars, and the other three are spice jars. But here's the Disney Magic label with the outer part as well. I was going to use the pixie one, but it didn't work out. And here I'm just showing you again, this is how I ended up redoing it to have the labels done correct. So I did the first one, and that you can see the outside frame of the black ink to make sure I cut within the black lines. And it was easier that way than to realign the entire thing. But this is how easy it is to coat them with the packing tape, and I use good packing tape. I try not to use the inexpensive one, especially for these projects, because it yellows, or it's automatically yellow. This one is perfectly clear and it stays clear. I've used it for projects like this before. I also use it to laminate bookmarks when I make bookmarks. Oh, and if you see on the left, I wasn't paying attention. I spilled tons of sequins. I was so mad. This is me cleaning them up. I accidentally hit the spoon and they went flying everywhere. But here I am preparing the rest of them, of the labels, to get my bottles all labeled up. Here I am just finishing mixing the sequins. The sequins does have red, black, iridescent white, some silver stars, some gold stars. And I'm showing you how the blue fairy one is the one that was going to get just the blue sequins, and the others got the black, red, and colored sequins. And if you're having trouble filling your jars with sequins, I just went ahead and grabbed a paper cone, and I snipped the bottom off, and it's easier to get the sequins in this little jar. Here I am filling in the rest of them, and like I said, some of them will go on my Etsy shop, and some of them will be gifts from my Crafty BFF, and I'm going to be keeping 1 or 2 of them. But this is the easiest way, and I made tons of sequins mix. The funny thing is I have to get more sequins to fill the rest of the jars if I want to fill them all the way up. But that is how I did it, you guys. Super duper easy. Like I said, if you look for the figures, they're Monopoly figures I found on eBay, and the jars, you can find them in all the craft stores. Thank you guys for stopping by. I hope you guys had this fun with this Magic Monday, and talk to you guys soon. Bye, everyone.